Hello friends, welcome to Insightsias initiative. As a part of the Prelims High-Yielding series, today we are going to discuss about the international summits. Yesterday's video we discussed about international organizations. In case if you miss out the yesterday's video, you can find in the playlist which is named as High-Yielding series. So for the rest of the few days also, that means till the prelims exams, we are going to discuss about this special kind of videos. If you require any special topics like IR or any economy related or anything related to prelims or PVQ analysis, please feel free to include in your comment, your opinion in the comment section. Definitely I will consider your opinions. Now let's see. In today's video, we are going to cover following 5 topics, international summits, and they are very important in terms of the Indian foreign policy. In some of these summits, India participated as well. Let's see. These are the 5 summits we are going to discuss in this video. First, we start with the Quad Summit. You know, last time in 2023, both the G7 Summit and Quad Summit both held in Japan. On the lines of the G7 Summit, Quad Summit was held. In fact, except India, rest of the 3 countries which are present in Quad, they are also members of the G7. So, on the sidelines of the G7, this Quad meeting was happened and our Indian Prime Minister invited even to attend the G7 Summit as well. Now let's see, this year Quad Summit, what kind of joint statement they given. And if there are any special things related to this year's Quad Summit, we'll discuss. First, you have to understand Quad is a group of 4 countries, which includes India, Australia, Japan, USA. And the concept of Quad originally proposed by Shinzo Abe, then Japanese Prime Minister. Unfortunately, he was assassinated in last year. The main objective of this Quad is to improve the cooperation between the nation along the Indo-Pacific region. Apart from that, improving the maritime security, improving trade, helping out in the disaster management. So these are some additional things as a part of the Quad. So these are the 4 countries present in the Quad, you can see here. And these Quad nations, to improve the military compatibility among themselves, even they carry Navy exercise known as Malabar Navy exercise. So Prime Minister of Australia, India and Japan and President of USA, they met for the 3rd Quad Leaders Summit in Hiroshima, Japan. Actually, these 3 countries, Prime Minister will attend because they follow the parliamentary form of government. Whereas America follow the presidential form of government, that is the reason President attends the meeting. And a Quad is the informal group, not the formal one, informal group. They mainly discuss regarding the cooperation related to free trade in the Indo-Pacific region. And of course, their one more motive is to counter China's presence in the Indo-Pacific region as well. That is the reason America renamed Asia-Pacific region into Indo-Pacific region in their foreign policy. Quad, as a group, it first, this word first initially proposed by Shinzo Abe. Navy exercise. In November 2020, navies of these Quad nations, they held their biggest naval drills known as Malabar exercise. The first ever summit, which was held in the virtual format, and the first in-person summit, it was held along the lines of the UN General Assembly in September 2021. You know that every year September, UN General Assembly meetings will be held in New York. Next, India to host this Quad summit in 2024. It's supposed to be happen in the early 2024, but due to elections in India, and of course now in the late 2024, US elections also supposed to be happen. Let's see when this Quad meeting will be held. Statements released. In 2023 Quad, following 3 statements released. The first one is Enduring Partners for Indo-Pacific. Second one is Quad International Standards Cooperation Network. And the third one is Quad Principles on Critical and Emerging Technology Standards. These are the 3 statements released by Quad leaders in the recent Quad 2023. Next, topic number 2, G7. On the lines of G7, just now we discussed the Quad meeting was held. G7 is a group of developed countries. Actually, it was formed after the global oil shock to prevent that kind of further shocks in the economy. And of course, these G7 developed countries, along with the developing countries, they formed one more group, that is the G20. That we will discuss in another video. Now, these G7 countries, the interesting thing is they don't have any permanent secretariat. And in this G7 group, Italy is the only group previously it joined in the Chinese Belt and Road Initiative. And in the recent past, they officially announced that they are exiting from the Belt and Road Initiative because they are not getting the economic benefits and employment opportunities and investments like they expected previously. And of course, they are inclined to join in the India's initiative, that is India, Middle East, Europe Economic Corridor. Okay. Now let's see. And if you know the next G7 summit is going to be held in which country, comment your answer. Very easy to answer. Try to comment your answers so that you will be more engaged. In the G7 countries, apart from these 7 countries, one more organization is also a member, that is the European Union. The G7 leaders, they met in Hiroshima for the 49th annual summit. This time the summit hosted by Japan, because Japan is the chairperson of the G7 for the last 1 year. And our Prime Minister was attended as an invitee. Next, the current members are these 7 countries. These are the most developed and the advanced economies of the world. European Union is also represented within the G7. Previously, G7, even it expanded into G8 as well by including the Russia transitionally between 1998 to 2014. After Russia occupied Crimea of Ukraine, then Russia expelled out of the G8 and G7 renamed to G7 in 2014. Next, in this G7 Hiroshima leaders communique, that means joint statement, they mainly released statement related to following 2 things. Number 1, they condemn the Russia occupying of Ukraine, and the second one is regarding the disarmament and non-proliferation, regarding the non-proliferation of the nuclear weapons. Relating to the non-proliferation of nuclear weapons, some of the important treaties at global level are Non-Proliferation Treaty (NPT) and the CTBT (Comprehensive Test Ban Treaty). Out of these 2 treaties, in which of the treaty India signed, or did India sign on any of these treaty? Okay, comment your answer. And of course, there are some other nuclear related developments are there. India first done their nuclear test on 18th of May 1974, and following in 1998, 11th May to 13th May, we done the second nuclear test. So we officially declared as a nuclear country. But of course, we would like to use the nuclear weapon in a very responsible manner that was reflected in our nuclear doctrine. Then the third topic. The third topic is regarding the Forum for India-Pacific Island Cooperation. This was held this time, Papua New Guinea, and this is a part of the India's, like looking far east. You know that Look East is the program of improving relations between India and our neighboring eastern countries. This is the looking far east to improve our relation with the far eastern Pacific Islands. Here we have to understand that these Pacific Islands, okay, of course, in this group, in this meeting, only 14 islands participated, but overall Pacific Islands can be classified into following 3 groups, that is Micronesia, Melanesia and Polynesia. Out of these 3 group of islands, this Micronesia is very substantially, they are present on the north of the equator. Rest of the 2 are mainly present on the southern part of the equator, but this is present in the north of the equator on the eastern side of the Philippines. Some of the important islands in the Micronesia are Kiribati, Marshall and Mariana and Palau. And important islands in Melanesia, Solomon Islands, New Guinea, Vanuatu, Fiji. And in Polynesia, important islands are Hawaii, Tuvalu and Cook Islands and these are the Tonga. These are the important islands in the Polynesia. This is the 3rd Forum for India-Pacific Island Cooperation Summit. This summit was attended by our Prime Minister in person. Here, 14 Pacific Islands participated in this meeting. These Pacific Island nations, they can be classified into following 3 groups. Next, the topic number 4, 76th World Health Assembly. Actually, World Health Assembly is a meeting where important decisions related to World Health Organizations will be taken. In the 76th World Health Assembly meeting, our Prime Minister addressed this meeting virtually. Okay, and in this meeting, one more important decision was taken, that is, they extended the CAG appointment as an external auditor to WHO. CAG is working as external auditor to WHO already. That is further extended to 3 more years. Apart from the WHO, CAG is also acting as an external auditor for some other international organizations as well. We will see what are those organizations. Prime Minister attended virtually the 76th World Health Assembly in Geneva. And the World Health Assembly is the decision-making body of the World Health Organization. These meetings are generally held annually in Geneva, Switzerland. The theme of this year World Health Assembly is WHO at 75, Saving Lives, Driving Health for All. This year World Health Assembly meeting, Taiwan was excluded from the WHO Assembly due to the opposition from China and Pakistan. We all know that China is trying to get this one China policy to be recognized across the national level. And CAG is again re-elected as the external auditor of the WHO for 2024-2027. Already he is acting in this position from 2019 onwards. Apart from WHO, for following organizations, CAG will act as the external auditor. CAG is a member of the United Nations panel of external auditors. And World Health Organization, it is the specialized agency of the UNO. Headquarters is based in Geneva, Switzerland, established on 7th April 1945. That day generally we commemorate as World Health Day. Next, the fifth topic is related to Shanghai Cooperation Organization. Shanghai Cooperation Organization, initially it started as a Shanghai 5. Okay, China and the countries which are bordering the China. Okay, it started as China and the erstwhile USSR countries which are having the border with China, such as Russia and Kazakhstan and Kyrgyzstan and Tajikistan. These are the 5 countries, Shanghai 5. Later, Uzbekistan also joined in this group. Then, the Shanghai 5 renamed as SCO, Shanghai Cooperation Organization. Later, as a 7th country, India joined, and as a 8th country, Pakistan joined. Recently, as a 9th country, Iran joined. If you remember, Iran is also joined into the BRICS. So these are the two developments. Iran joined into the BRICS and Iran also joined into the SCO. In yesterday's video, I told you BRICS expanded by including the Egypt, Ethiopia, UAE, Saudi Arabia and Iran. Okay. Apart from that, recently Government of India announced that they are going to put some investment in the Iran Chabahar port as well. And Iran president unfortunately died. These are some of the developments related to Iran. Now let's see some SCO observer countries also we have to check. Actually, for the first time, India hosted the SCO, but this was hosted on virtual based. This was the 23rd summit of the SCO. If you know, tell me when, the next SCO summit is going to be hosted by which country? Iran officially joined. The theme of this year SCO is SCO Secure. Actually, this word is coined by our Prime Minister only. Here, secure stands for S, security, E, economic development, C, connectivity, U, unity, R, respect for sovereignty and territorial integrity, and E for environmental protection. This is SCO Secure. India proposed 5 pillars in SCO. In these 5 pillars, the one you have to watch for is shared Buddhist heritage. This is a part of the growing India's soft power that you have to understand. India nowadays is giving much importance to soft power. Next, SCO. It started as Permanent Intergovernmental International Organization. Political, economic and military organization, its nature is created in 2001. In fact, it started originally as this Shanghai 5. Then, after joining in the Uzbekistan, it renamed as a SCO. Our official working languages are Chinese and Russian. SCO Secretariat, Beijing and China. Now it is officially having 9 member countries, 3 observer countries like Afghanistan, Belarus and Mongolia. Belarus is requesting for the full-time membership. India association with the SCO. In 2017, India got the full membership in the SCO along with the Pakistan in the Astana Summit. Kashi was celebrated as a first SCO tourist and cultural capital for the year 2022 and 2023. SCO organizational structure. It consists of 4 different structures. That highest one, decision-making body, is the head of the State Council. Second one is head of Government Council. It is related to the day-to-day functioning of the SCO. Council of Ministers of Foreign Affairs. Generally, it deals with the issues related to day-to-day activities. Regional anti-terrorist structure. It is established to combat terrorism, separatism and extremism. This is regarding the SCO structure. Okay. Let's see yesterday's video question. Which of the following has shrunk immensely in the recent past due to the human activities? Which water body? That is the RLC. Today's video question. Consider the following. Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank, Missile Technology Control Regime, SCO, Shanghai Cooperation Organization. India is member of which of the above? Put your answer in the comment section. So this is about today's video section regarding the high yielding series. In today's high yielding series, we discussed about following 5 international summits. I hope this video is useful to you. Thanks for watching this video. Have a great day. Jai Hind.